gonna change the oil in the filter in the mother-in-law's car tonight. And it's basically just like regular changing the oil filter. I've already took the plug out of the bottom of the pan. The oil's already drained out into my container. Put the plug back in. All I got to do is change the oil filter and put new oil back in it. But I wanted to show y'all how this new filter is. It's not like what we normally do. And I actually had to do some videoing to find out exactly what kind of filter this was and everything. But what this is, it's like the old-timey paper filter. You know, used to the old canister filters that you just screw on with your hand. Not anymore. They gone back to the old paper filter like this right here. So I thought it was kind of different. So I was going to show y'all kind of what it looked like, because I ain't never done this before. I had an old 68 Chevrolet pickup one time that me and Daddy restored. And that truck had a metal canister under the bottom, and there was a bolt in the middle. You back that bolt out in the middle, drop the whole canister down. It actually had a paper filter inside the canister on that old truck too. So I don't know why they've gone back. This is a 2011 Chevy Cruze. I don't know if they're going to start doing this from now on, or that's just something they try to do to save some money. But I'm going to show you how this thing comes apart. If you come here and take a look, which I kind of like it because it's pretty easy. There's your oil filter right there. That right there has got your oil filter inside of it. It's right there in that cap. And so I'm going to take it apart, and we're going to see what it looks like when we take it outside. I'm thinking the way this thing's made, it shouldn't make a mess on the floor with any oil dripping out, because all the oil should have went through the pan into my other container a while ago. So I'm going to see if I can't get this thing off and let y'all see what it looks like. It wasn't very tight. There it goes. Took a minute, but it finally came loose. If this works like I think it does, it's probably gonna be all right. Yep, look at there. Didn't even spill no oil. But that's it right there. Like I say, it makes it easy. Well, I did spill a little oil, didn't I? I reckon I did that when I pulled it. When I pulled it out, I reckon I let some of the oil run out, but I'll get that up. That ain't too bad. Didn't make too big a mess. But it's a lot cleaner than the old filters we had screwing oil runs out everywhere. Lord, I got it right there too. Let me take this thing off before I keep making a mess. It's the one pan. So this thing's supposed to have some little teeth on the end of it. There we go. And I'm gonna let that sit there. And it's actually got a little O-ring on it right here too. I'm gonna let that drain a minute, wipe that off with my hands. Get me something to pull that ring off. But it's got this little blue O-ring right here. I'm just gonna take my screwdriver up under there so I can get up under it. And I'm gonna pop that thing right off. So there's to keep it from leaking, I guess. And I'm gonna clean it back off. And you can see where it goes back on. It's actually got a blue ring right there on it, so you know where it goes back at. So, can you grab me that ring up there? So what I'm gonna do is just like any other oil filter, when I put it back on there, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on that ring, because I don't wanna mess it up putting it back on there. So I'm gonna put a little oil on there. I'm gonna try to slip back on there without messing my ring up, which it shouldn't mess it up. It's a pretty thick ring right there. I'm gonna get it to go right down to that blue line where it was, and right there it is. It's back on there, and it's got a good coat of oil on it. Got my other filter there. So now I'm gonna take this filter, and it's got a little. There's a little divot in there, and these actually just snap right in that little piece. So let's see if we can get to do that. There it went. Tell you what, that's all it is to an oil filter on this thing. I do like that part right there because that makes it real easy. I didn't make half as much mess as I normally do. Then we're just gonna put it right back down in here and make sure it goes over this rod coming out. Just gonna stick it right back on there, right over that piece. Screw it back down on there. And now normally I would just do these hand tight, but I may just put just a little bit of pressure on it with this ratchet. Not a lot. I'm just gonna make sure it's on there good and snug. All right, now I feel like that's snug enough. And I'll get the nuts, put oil in it, and we should be good to go. It's gonna take a little bit more than that, but I'm gonna let Kim crank it up. Try to let that filter fill up some oil. Okay. Full marker's right up in here, or this part here is. That's where it's at now. But when it was full before we started, but it took that much to fill that oil filter back up. So we're gonna top it back off with the other cord. Let's let it sit down a minute. There we go. We're full now. Right there she is. So we're good. Right there it is in the full hatches. So it didn't take quite all that 5th quart, but all right then, let's get it carried back and she can ride to town tomorrow if she needs to. All right, I'm gonna take a walk around and see what all we got here today. All right, well, we got some law enforcement vehicles out here today. This is some of our crowd right here from the sheriff's office here in the county. Looks like we got some Wayne County folks here, and we got some other agencies here from around the county. And some of our equipment they brought out today. And they got a little booth set up right here. And I believe we got some of our guys hanging around over here today. So, yeah, here's some of the boys right here. They're here taking it easy today.
Hello, Randy.
Y'all having a good day so far?
Good.
Good.
Good to see you out here.
Yes, sir. Good to see y'all here. So I'm going to have a pretty good crowd today. It's still a bit early. People still coming in. There's a pretty good turnout. And it's just going to get better, I think. Now, who gets to wash the Bearcat when we get back to office? I tell you, that might take a minute to wash that thing. Fellas, we're glad y'all here today, and we're going to get out there. And now, who gets to drive the Mustang over here? Oh, yeah. You drive it right now. So I tell you what, if you're in Johnston County and you see this right here come slipping up behind you, I hope you ain't speeding, because you're going to meet one of the Johnson County's finest right there if you are. But yeah, well fellas, we appreciate it. Come see us over at the booth a little bit. We got plenty of water, anything if you need it. Just come see us, and I think we'll ease on around the corner, see who else is here today. We'll see y'all. Have a good day. Got us a few old cars here today. There's a 1965 Barracuda. Something you don't see much of. Right there now. That's a pretty truck right there to me. Alright, there he is. Alright. How many more tickets you got? Huh? How many more tickets you got?
I got plenty for you.
Hey, y'all come on out and get you a ticket.
Come get a ticket. We're also doing a reverse drawing too.
Is that the same ticket?
Nope.
Oh, different ticket.
$1 a piece.
$1 a piece.
$1 a piece for your reverse drawing ticket.
Well, let me go see if I can get some money from Kim. I'll come out and get $1.
Yes,
you
sir.
got all the folks working here today.
Oh, come on out and support the Princeton Fire Department.
Yes, sir. That's a good crowd out here now. I'll tell you what. And they don't just go fishing in that boat right there.
That's right. Barrett, I know you got about $2,000 on your book. Buy your raffle ticket. Hey, look, they're $20. You can win that right there. And you can ride that around.
Harold, you look good riding that thing all over town. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You've been doing all right. That looks pretty good. Quite big in that. There's some crickets under.
Yeah, they got a string. It's spraying.
Some of that zucchini's coming up too, looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah, right over there. that's a good one.
Yeah, we'll have to spray the bugs are eating them.
Yeah.
Bugs are eating them. There.
What kind of bugs are they? Like old stink bug. Got a bunch of squash getting ready to come off. Cabbage is coming for her too, ain't it?
Yep.
Cabbage is starting to look pretty good. Let's go look at the cabbage. Yep, little cabbage plant's starting to come up pretty good. There's a little row of cabbage right here. Got to come back and plow again. Little old bell pepper plants is coming along. Broccoli plants are getting ready to come on up pretty good too. Everything's growing pretty good right now. Get us a mess of squash for supper. What we gonna do with all these squash we got coming off?
We're going to can.
I got 2 rows and boy, they're really coming off good right now.
Try some for supper tonight, but we ain't going to fry all of them.
Them 2 rows is putting off a bunch.
Wait, they ain't got big yet.
I know.
They're still growing.
Look down there, it's got 1, 2, 3, that's got 4 coming off that one. 5, 6, getting ready to come off.
And I like them this size. They're the perfect size. I don't like them big. Some people like them big. I don't.
So you gonna fry some?
Yep, we're gonna fry some for supper tonight. We're gonna have. I got chicken cooking in the crock pot. Probably have some string beans and some fried squash.
That'll be alright with me. Peas still coming out pretty good. We're planting some real okra right here. It's coming out finally. So I got to come out and plow though. And we got us 2 rows of spinach coming out. They're kind of coming along kind of slow. But we got 2 rows of those. I got to come here and plow again. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow when I get home, come here and plow this over again. But garden's coming along. We finally starting to get something out of it.
So we got a row of cucumbers, but half the row is long green cucumbers and the other half is pickling cucumbers. But they're starting to come up, so we've got to plow on though.
Yeah, I need to get here and plow. We haven't plowed in about 3 days, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And it's time.
It rained and
Time it had rained and mist, and it's dried off good enough now. So maybe tomorrow I get home and work. Come over here and plow again. The peas need plowing, or the beans need plowing. And the new ones just come up. We need to plow those too. There's new beans we're planted right there too. We got to plow them because the old grass is trying to come back up in through there. Yep, about time to break the old chopping hoe out. I can't hardly wait, can you? And look who's coming here to the garden where we're at. Oh, knothead. Yeah, they got to spray them. I might spray them to see them when we feed it. That way, I might throw them up the feed so we get them in the barn and go ahead and spray them. Flies is aggravating. One sorry bull. Down at the pond watering on the bank again. We're gonna eat all that for supper tonight?
No.
That's a lot of squash beating for supper.
I'm pretty. That's what I was growing up tall. They'll be prettier.
Oh, they will. We're gonna have more squash than we know what to do with. Have a house full of squash. That sure is a mess of cats right there. Lulu's starting to look tired.
I'm feeding her good, but they're draining her down.
They're all fat and healthy. About how many more weeks you're in before they weaned?
They were born April the 27th, so let's see, they're what, 5 weeks, 6?
They getting pretty close to be weaned in, ain't they?
Usually 8 weeks. You want that 8 weeks is good age for them to be gone. So let's see.
Oh, Lulu looks uncomfortable hanging off the block. She picked a bad spot to lay down.
Born that April 27th on Thursday. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So they're 5 weeks old. They'll be 6 weeks old June the 8th. 7 weeks, June the 15th, and June 22nd, they'll be 8 weeks old. So June the 22nd, they'll be ready to, anybody wants a kitten to go to their forever home.
I hope there's at least 6 people wants kittens. Well, 7 kind of one at the barn up yonder.
Yep.
They're trying to get in there any way they can. Look at that, laying on its side. What is it, Lulu? They're starting to worry, ain't they? Uh-oh. Hold her head up a little bit. Can I give her some? Yeah. She picked a bad spot to lay down at. I don't know. I don't think she meant for them to attack her. Yesterday, my friend Everett came back over to the house and he helped me get lights in the shop here fixed. You know, it's been so dim in here lately, and this is the old fluorescent bulbs that were in here, so he helped me convert them over to LEDs. And I'm gonna get Kim. This is in here normally with no lights on at all in the shop during the daytime, which is not terrible in here, and this actual camera makes it look actually a little brighter than it really is. But I'm gonna let Kim flip that switch over there and see how bright it is now. There we go. Tell you what, I wasn't too sure about them LED light bulbs when I first got them, but they are a lot brighter than the old ones were, because it has really lit it up in that back corner back over there, right there behind us, where I used to do most of my sawing and everything at. It sure made a difference. And these bulbs are supposed to last a long time, so I hope I ain't got to change them out for a long time, because you know, them bulbs right there, they were $26 a piece, and that's the cheapest I could find them. Whew, I hope they last for a while. Well, I guess that's going to wrap this video up for us. We had a pretty good day yesterday at the Princeton Community Day. Had a lot of people come out. Saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in like a little while, and got to catch up with them. And our friends Wayne and Rhonda, they come down to see us and spent most of the day with us. They kind of sat and watched the concert that was going on, and got towards the end of the day. We got ready to pack everything up, and we don't really live too far from where that event was being held at, so they come on here to the house with us for a few minutes. We sat and visited. They got a chance to come out and see the animals, and got to go and see Elmo for a little bit and got to mess with him some. And so we had a really good day yesterday, and we really appreciate everybody that came out and joined us for that event. And like I say, my friend Everett, he came and we got our lights in the shop fixed. We got a lot done yesterday. It was a long day though. We got up early and started setting up and didn't get in the house till late last night, time we got everybody fed and put away. But we had a really good day yesterday, and we kind of laid around today, ain't done a whole lot of nothing. We did get in the garden a little bit while ago, and got to get back in the house now and let Kim start frying that squash up for supper, and have some chicken in the crock pot. And what else we gonna have, you reckon?
String beans.
String beans, fried squash. I almost said fried okra. That's not quite ready yet. But it's gonna be a good supper, and I have enough to carry lunch tomorrow too. So I reckon we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna head on in the house, get stuff ready for the beginning of the week. And again, we sure appreciate you joining us. Tell your friends and neighbors, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, we sure hope to see you in the next video.